I like how we vibing. 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 I like how we vibing.
This video is sponsored by our channel sponsor, which is 015. You can find them on 015.co.za for some premium web hosting from as little as 45 Rand 90 cents. I mean, 45.90. Think about it. That's not a lot. And you will get some premium domains. And I personally would advise you on getting maybe the Supreme or the Executive packs, because it comes with a lot of benefits and a lot more storage. And you can host multiple websites on one package, you know. And this is, since we are talking businesses and growing your businesses, you can actually get your business registered by them. And there's some benefits, you know. You can get a name reservation, company registration, a certificate, income tax number, and you can even get a free.co.za domain if you pick one of the higher packages, or you can get a free QuickBooks subscription for 3 months. For 3 months. Yo, that's nice. You know, that's really, really nice. And if you want a website, they can actually develop a website for you at a very affordable rate of starting from 2,100, excluding VAT, I think. But it's not a lot. Think about it. 2,100. You spend a lot more on other things. But yeah, and once again, executive plans and supreme plans, you literally get free domains. They, for the first year, they are literally out here trying to win you guys over. Anyway, let's continue with the video. Created a quotation, you've sent it out. So the customer, it's pending, the customer accepts it. Let's say the customer has accepted it, and then obviously it will send you an email saying I've accepted, the customer has accepted your quotation. So I'm going to say action, create invoice. So this is the one where you can do it. So we'll start with the MPC online one. So we'll say create invoice. Yes, we know. So we'll say create an invoice, and that's that. And now you've accepted it. We agree on this. You agree on everything. So I'm just going to create an invoice and say save. And that is your invoice. You've created an entire invoice. Now, let's say I want to create an invoice from the transactions. You see, customers, transactions. You see how we created the quotation here. You can say customer tax invoice. We go back here. We're already in that module, so we'll add a new tax invoice. And customers 15K entertainment. And remember, we sent them a quotation. So now the invoice is going to come from that specific quotation. So we'll start here and we'll say this, and there's that code that we had sent them and you've accepted it. So we'll say that, and yes, we agree. Okay, so now music production, I'm invoicing you. I've done the 3 beats for you. So I'm gonna say Sage is the 1 beat, accounting is the next beat, and the third one would be tutorial, you know. And then mixing services, let's say I've mixed one, done 1 mix for you of a song called Sage Accounting. Mastering, I've mastered a song called Tutorial. So now we're gonna press save, or you can even preview it. Let's preview it so that you see what your invoice will look like. This is what the invoice will look like. Yeah, so it shows you the total that's due here, and your invoice as a customer, my invoice as the service provider. It gives me all of that details. And yeah, and you see here music production. Production is the name of the code, the item line, which is the only thing I don't really like about this. It actually shows you the item code and the item here, so I don't really like that. So but for the sake of this, I'm gonna leave it at that. So music production, Sage and accounting tutorial, mixing services, Sage accounting, mastering, etc, etc. So that's that. We are here, so let's go back. And we've done the invoice. I'm gonna click save. So that's that. We've created our 2 invoices for the 2 different clients. The next action we would do from the invoice module. So once again, I'm gonna do one here, and then the second time I'm gonna do is customer receipt. So I'm gonna say create a receipt. Let's say you decided to pay 4,000 rand exactly. There's a reason why I'm shortchanging it, but let's say you decided to do 4,000 rand via EFT. Obviously, we haven't added the bank account, but if you had a bank account, you select the bank account that you want. We'll get to that module also. Payment method, EFT, and you would allocate it to this invoice. If you've got multiple invoices and you've received a lump sum, you can allocate it to different invoices. But for the sake of this, I'm going to process it to this one. And then I'm going to say process, right? And then I'm going to do cancel. The bank account is required. Oh, bank account is required. Okay, let's add a bank account. Let's say FNB. Your FNB, if you need to sponsor me, let me know. Let's say you've got different accounts for different services, or we call them cost centers. So I'm gonna have a different category once again. Music, save, bank name, First National Bank, account number 123, etc, etc, branch 2, yes. Description, I'm not gonna bother. Opening balance, let's say we are we're in a good financial position, so yeah, almost $500,000. So yeah, oh, this is the branch code, sorry. Branch code, branch name, Santon, right? Santon, save. So now it's gonna come to the bank account that we just named FNB. So then we say process. Payment method, I'm going to change it to EFT once again. Process. And that's the receipt. Now let's go back here. Remember, let's say you starting from fresh, you back at my workspace, and then you go to customers, transactions, customer receipts. So yeah. We'll do a customer receipt, and we've already processed one. Remember, we received one for 4,000 rand. So we're going to add another receipt. Now I'm going to do one for MPC Online. I'm going to add another bank account because I prefer having separate bank accounts. So this is going to be FNB, tax and consulting. Category. Add new category, tax and consulting. Right. Default payment method, instead of having to select EFT every time, I prefer saying EFT here. And that's that. Opening balance in this specific account. Because I mean, in life, the 3 things that are certain: life, death, and tax. So we're very balling in that side. So let's say we've got that much in the account. Bank name, First National Bank. once again, account number, and then Santon once again. We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna say save. So now I'm gonna select this invoice because they've paid for the specific invoice. I'm gonna select it, and the reference was tax. Consulting. And then I'm gonna say process. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how we capture customer receipt. Now let's go back to invoices, customer invoices, right? As you can see, we still have an amount due of 312 Rand here for 15K entertainment, right? So now we need to, let's say for example 15K entertainment decided they were never going to pay me again. They just went AWOL and I can't get hold of anybody and they're not worth the trouble. So I'm just going to go to transaction and I'm going to do customer write-offs, right? Yes. And I'm going to write, there's two ways of actually doing it. So let's go back to invoices. So you can do it here. Why can't you? Oh, I guess you can't. Used to be able to, but anyway, moving right along. So you go to transactions, customer write-offs. So you go to customer write-offs, click on it. So now we are here. You add a write-off. Customer, I'm gonna choose 15K. I'm gonna write off the remainder and reference bad date, just for the sake of that. And I'm gonna process it, and that is that. And if we go back to customer tax invoices, everything is paid. They're all in the green status, so everybody's good. And obviously reports, these are like age analysis and all those things. So I'm just gonna show you one. Customer balance day outstanding. I'm just gonna show you that one. I should have actually done this before doing the payment. So I'm gonna say this to that, specifically detailed. Obviously there's nothing, so yeah. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. So that's how we do customers. Yes.